carrying the biggest bombs ever. The biggest bombs that we've ever dropped on anybody, when you think non-nuclear, and we want to keep it non-nuclear, by the way. But they did a phenomenal job. It was an amazing job. And I think that was, I was talking to Bibi about it before, that was the very beginning of the end. It ended very quickly after that. I don't want to say what it reminded me of, but if you go back a long time ago, it reminded people of a certain other event. And is Harry Truman's picture is now in the lobby, in a nice location in the lobby where it should have been, but that stopped a lot of fighting. And this stopped a lot of fighting. When that happened, it was a whole different ballgame.
Proud ass devil. All right, Shalom. This is the brother Yawanathan, about Adawam, coming at you another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. First and foremost, as always, I want to start by giving all praises and glorifications to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone Well. Peace, love, salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of earth, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. Shalom. All right, it's going to be a brief, this is going to be a brief World War III update. The spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, and I got an article here from Newsweek. Okay, you know, the war to end all wars is upon us. Okay, and this is of course will be the catalyst, all right, of this third world's nuclear war, the tension between Iran and Israel. All right, and you could throw Babylon, aka America, in the mix there. All right, but the title is Iran issues new war warning any moment, and that's the spirit, man. That's true, because any moment things can get drastic, man. Okay, you got all kind of turmoil in the world. You got from national disasters, you know, Trump deploying troops on the streets of Babylon, the cities of Babylon. You know, everything's accommodating to the end. Okay, and now you got this brewing back up, because hey, we know this is not going nowhere. You had some months ago, probably like a couple months ago, maybe a few months ago, you know, Israel struck Iran's nuclear facilities, and that created a whole domino effect, man. And you got this devil here, Trump, you know, Nero, all right, which he's making things happen through the spirit, all right, but he's trying to play peacemaker now, okay. With all these nations, you had a more recent, you know, this past weekend, Russia and Ukraine, all right, which pretty much ain't go nowhere, okay? They didn't have no deal or nothing. That just goes to show you ain't no peace coming in this place, man. This, again, right here between Iran and Israel is the catalyst, again, for the third world's nuclear war, okay? So I'm not going to get into the article, but it's from Newsweek. If brothers and sisters want to check it out, just type this in: Newsweek, Iran issues new war warning any moment. All right, but I do want to get some scriptures. All right, but matter of fact, Slovakia. Let me go to the chat GPT real quick. I want to ask a question, because you know these economic wars lead to world wars. All right. Let me ask a brief question. Did economic crises lead to the first and second world wars? Yep, it says that's a great question. Yes, economic crisis played a major role in both World War I, right, the first world, and World War II, the second world, all right, though in different ways, okay? So, as you read down, it says the economic tensions before the war. I'm not going to get all into it, all right, but you can see what caused it. Economic tensions before war, militarization of economies, agrarian and financial strains. That's during World War War I, or the third world's, the first World War, right? World War II, it says the Great Depression, of course. Yep, we know about that. All right, 1929. It says the rise of extremist politics, and that's pretty much playing out today too. You know, we enter into a greater depression. All right, and with the rise of extremist politics, like you got these right wingers, or AKA Republicans, calling the liberals fanatic or extreme liberals. That's the Democratic Party. You got the Democrats saying about the same thing to the about the Republicans. All right, saying they're radical or whatever. You got MAGA and the Green Party and all that. You got them going at each other about being extreme politics, man, or extremist politics. Okay, it says down here, it says Treaty of Versailles, reparations, Japan and Italy. Okay, so let me see the summary. It says World War I, it says economic rivalries and competition contributed, but politics and alliances lit the fuse. World War II, it says the global economic crisis, Great Depression, I just read up top, plus unresolved World War I tensions directly led to fascism and aggression that caused, I believe that's supposed to be war. So the reason why I want to bring this out, ask ChatGPT, is, let me pause this for a second. Let's see. Okay, I'm back on. It's because of this. All right, on this video right here, my rib sent me. It says, Iran's energy pressures, water crisis compounds power outages into Iran. All right, and that's going to cause an economic strain in itself, let alone the sanctions they got on Babylon sanctions they got on Iran. So that's that could be a great reason why they're talking reckless, so to speak. You know, issuing a new war warning any moment. Okay, and let alone, you know, those strikes on nuclear facilities, which believe, you know, Iran, they still got their missiles, man. You know, they ain't destroy anything, but you got these devils like this devil here, Nero Trump, saying they destroyed all the nuclear facilities and they put them in a setback. That's bullshit, man. They hid them things, man. They even had a video showing you their missiles on the ground. A lot of missiles, man. So I believe they got a nuclear weapon, man. But you know, or rich in uranium to their gold capacity, so to speak, for lack of better words. Okay, so you know, Trump trying to play peacemaker. Ain't no peace to the wicked. Let me get a scripture on that, man. Let's go to Ezekiel. And then I'm gonna get, what's that? First Thessalonians, Second Thessalonians. But so we're gonna get, yeah, Ezekiel, Slakia. 7:25. It says destruction cometh. So no matter how many diplomacies you have with these nations, or senior ambassadors having diplomatic talks, destruction is still coming, man. Okay, World War III is gonna happen. Okay, because the so-called white man ain't about peace. Okay, the peace is not in his systems. Peace is not in his blood, man. He's a man of war on the left-hand side, and his history reflects that. Time and time again, all your history, like I say time and time again, you Edomites' history consists of war, 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 war. Nothing but war. That's all you so-called white people's history is about, war, man. So you're not about no fucking peace. Okay? And the only reason you want to talk peace is because you know your end is here, man. Okay, you know, once this thing gets popped off, right along with the MOTB, by the way, that's another thing we cold-heartedly looking for. That's your ass, man. That's your end. Okay. So again, from the top, Ezekiel 7:25, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace. See, seeking peace all of a sudden. Okay. saying Biden leading us to World War III. Hey, you gonna lead us into World War III, Trump? Those peace talks ain't gonna work. Okay, you try to have that peace talk, like I said, with Russia. You ain't had no deal come out of it. It came out void, man. Putin left. He visited Alaska. No deal was reached. And you supposedly talked to Zelensky today, okay? But it's still problems, man. So it says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. So ain't no peace coming to this fucking place, man. You Edomites are slated for destruction. America's slated for destruction, man. Okay? So let's get another scripture. 1 Thessalonians, I'm going to read down to verse 3. Got to get this. 1 Thessalonians 5, starting at verse 1, it says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord, Yahweh by Shemiah Shah, so cometh as a thief in the night. So he wants you people's warped minds to think peace is coming or peace is here. Okay, you're in your safe haven, as it's about to get in the third verse. You know, he wants you to think that cause strong delusions. So he got you people in the trick bag. Also, he got you Edomites, you know, Esau, Edom in a trick bag. Okay, but the Lord's coming like a thief in the night. It says, hold on, let me do something real quick. All right. Verse 3, the point, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You're not going to escape your judgment. You devils are not going to escape your fucking judgment. Excuse my French, man. Okay? All right? It's the end of the road for you devils, man. So you might as well do what you got to do and keep escalating this thing. You might as well strike Iran again. All right? Because, you know, the stage is already set with that. And that's the war that's going to really set everything off between Iran and Israel and Babylon in the mix, because the scriptures say the least of the flock should draw them out. All right. So Iran, they're bold, man, because they don't fuck up Israel the first time. Okay. In that first round, they fucked up Israel, man. Israel's like, oh shit, we gotta chill. All right, we gotta chill for a minute. They had to regroup, but hey, Iran is threatening war again. Okay. So let me end it off with this. Let's go to Revelations. Let me end it off with this. Okay, because the third war is coming. Revelations 11:14, it says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe, World War III, right? The second woe was World War II back in the 1940s, during the Great Depression and all that, right? It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, so we're approaching that third world's nuclear war. Things are speeding up. Things are happening. Okay, we're at the end. No doubt about it. So, hey, it's beautiful, man. Iran making new fresh threats. And I believe Steve Ram came out earlier today with a video on it. I got to check it out, about Iran threatening to attack U.S. cities, man. All right. But anyways, I'm going to sign off by saying again, all praises and glorification goes to Yahweh by Shemiah Shah, by Shema Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, that great minister on well, peace, love, citation to the hopeful elect, not the four corners earth, preaches word in truth and sincerity. Say shalom, kwame shalom.